That was crazy. Hi everyone. Welcome to a Minecraft video. So I'm sure a lot of you have seen this trend going around the Minecraft community called the Forever World. And I thought it was a really interesting concept. I've been playing Minecraft since like 2010, 2011, and I'm notoriously bad at deleting worlds. I kind of play them and then I get bored, and then instead of keeping them, I end up deleting them, and it's a whole ordeal. But that trend kind of inspired me to start a world and stick with it and see what I can build. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And this is more so a tour of kind of where I'm at already in my Forever World. I didn't think about recording anything until recently. I've kind of been inspired by my inner child to record a Minecraft video because that's all I wanted to do since I was a little kid, is be a Minecraft YouTuber. So why not start now? The things I'm doing different in this is I do have some mods installed. I'll go ahead and show you that. Mostly just kind of quality of life vanilla plus mods. So some sound physics, fog control for the nether, because that shit's really annoying. Presence of footsteps. I have this cool rain mod that really makes me lag, so I might end up taking it off. The wood cutter is really great. It's basically a stone cutter, but for wood. You use it crafting wood, and it kind of simplifies and makes crafting stairs and ladders and all that kind of stuff easier. I also have falling trees, which if you chop one plank or one block of wood, it chops the whole tree down. That just saves me a lot of time. And I also have some texture packs running. Gramophone, which is really cool. I'll show you that in a little bit. Suspicious pack. That just makes it easier to see suspicious sand and gravel because I have a really hard time seeing it. Animated items, crops 3D, 3D Minecraft. I also have the old sounds running. That just is kind of how I prefer to play the game. Anyway, with a lot of these trends, like I feel like people kind of build in the same couple biomes, and I've been inspired by a lot of Western media recently. I'm reading Streets of Lorado, and I just finished Lonesome Dove last year, and I've been getting into a lot of country music. So I've been inspired by the West very much, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of start a Forever World and have my home base be in a Western style area. So I'm building in a mesa biome. My plan is to kind of make just videos periodically and showing my update and progress on the world, but this is kind of what I've built so far. So I thought I'd give a little tour of my base. I guess we'll start off with the closest building. This is my library. I'm not really good at interiors in the game yet. I'm kind of working on it. This is a really cool painting. I'm glad they added this. It fits very well. But yeah, this is my enchanting table and all that kind of stuff. Gramophone, like I said, is a really cool texture pack. Yeah, this is a pretty simple library. I'd like to do more interior stuff at some point. I'm just not very good at it. But yeah, very Western inspired. Very saloon-y, very Western-y inspired. This is my kind of blacksmith area, so I have all my furnaces, all my smelting stuff. This is the wood cutter. Yeah, I'm not super happy with how this building came out. I did kind of pull it straight from something I saw online, like a Western build, but I'd like to go in and do some more detail at some point eventually. This is the first building that I constructed. This was kind of my home base. I have a lot of puppies in here. I'm also playing in the most recent version of the game, 1.21.5, so that's why the dog variants are different, the new sounds and everything. Nothing really crazy here. There's a jungle biome over that way, so I was able to get some bamboo. Thought about taking this down, but I also was like, no, I should preserve everything that I build, even if I don't love it. Just for the sake of looking back on it in the future and being like, oh wow, I built that. So that's the first building I built. This is my horse. He doesn't have a name yet, but I will name him eventually. This is my storage unit kind of thing. I still have some dirt blocks up there, I just realized. So this is where I have all my storage stuff. Like I said, I have the old sounds going. It's pretty nostalgic. I'm probably going to have to like redo this at some point and move into a bigger building and make this something else. I feel like I'm already going to run out of space. But I got all my valuables. There's a lot of gold in these in them hills or something like, there's a lot of gold in them hills, something like that. A lot of gold, a lot of iron. I ran out of iron very quickly in the beginning, so I had to go look at that. And then I've been to the nether. I got some of this stuff. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Just a storage building, barn. Not specifically Western. Obviously I'm going for a Western theme, but I'm not going like by the book Western. Like I don't know if any buildings in the West that aren't a barn would look like this. But this is kind of where I have all my food set up. All my like vegetables and organic food are here, and then I have all my steak and everything, and food from animals here. I'm gonna redo the interior on this one as well. I just wanted to get something down out of the way. Yeah, pretty cool. I really like this building a lot. I didn't think I was gonna like the red wood of the mangrove. I was just in another build over there. I really used the mangrove well, but it's pretty cool. I really like this building block. Very interesting. My pen for cows and pigs used to be here, but I moved it over here. I also have a camel friend. Yeah, this is kind of like my ranch. This is where all my livestock live and whatnot. Part of the reason I updated to the new version of the game so quickly is because I liked how the pigs and the cows looked in the different biomes. I really liked that. I liked the horns on them. It just fit with the build that I was going for, so I wanted to get on that update as soon as possible. As more mods come out, I will be updating my mod list. But yeah, this is the first kind of playthrough I've had mods with and experimented with. But yeah, so that's kind of where my cows and pigs are at the moment. I guess kind of the theme for this building or base is that this is kind of like a copper mine. So there's like copper is in high value in my world, and there's a lot of it. And so my city is thriving off the copper industry here. Let me go show you my build, actually. This is my copper mine. I played a lot of Hunt Showdown, if you've played that game before. If you haven't, it's kind of like a Western-inspired zombie horror extraction shooter. Really, really fun. I haven't played it in a while, but I was kind of inspired by like the buildings that they have on the maps there. Again, not for one or anything like that, but this was just kind of like I wanted to build something a little bit different. So this is like a copper mine. They've got the copper being extracted down there. Super cool. I'm really happy with this. I kind of just went for it and I just started building. No real interiors yet. I'm gonna get to that at some point. Yeah, this is a really cool building. And like I said, there's that jungle biome over there. I'm surrounded by a couple cool biomes. There's also trial ruins over there, and there's some not so friendly guys over there. I haven't dealt with any of them in my world yet, and I don't really want to. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite builds in the world so far. Quite happy with it. Anyway, kind of moving on. My farm used to be up here, so I used to have all my crops, my potatoes and my wheat and my carrots, but I'm going to move that somewhere else eventually. I don't know quite where, because I want it to be in the chunks that I'm playing in to load. But this is my bee farm. Originally that was going to be a copper roof, but I decided I didn't want to spend all that time getting honeycomb just to wax the copper, because I didn't want it to oxidize. But yeah, this is my bee farm. I'm also going to move this at some point. This mountain right here, I'm going to turn into kind of like, I'll put a picture up on the screen of what I'm thinking of, but kind of like a native inspired kind of sandstone, red sandstone build that kind of looks very ancient. And I guess that ties into the lore of like the miners that came here saw this big structure that I'm going to be building and thought it was like holy or whatever and good luck. And there's a lot of copper in the area also. So they, decided to settle here and build a little town. Also have some little axolotl friends over here. Probably not the best environment for them. That's pretty much it. Like I said, my plan for this is to kind of make videos periodically, showing my progress on the world. I am in school full time and I work, so I don't really have time to play every day and record every day. But yeah, I'm following my childhood dream and doing a Minecraft Let's Play, if you will. So that's kind of what inspired me to start this whole thing, especially with the Forever World trend. And this is going to be my Forever World. So I hope you enjoy. If you're interested in what I'm doing here in this kind of Western world, feel free to subscribe and stick around. And hopefully another video will be coming out soon of the next couple builds I'm going to make. I'm going to go to the end, beat the Ender Dragon, and get some Elytra. That's kind of the goal, my next goal. But then after that, I'm just going to start building and see where the world takes me. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. Hope to see you around, and I'll see you in the next video.